today. Square Enix is really embarrassed about Final Fantasy XIV and will fix it by making a different game. This is CheckPoint.
Welcome to CheckPoint. If you pre-order today, you'll get a slightly larger desk and an extra shade of gray on the backdrop.
Ooh. Zynga will be adding an odd feature to Farmville that will allow you to put up signs on your farm and go door to door to campaign for the political party of your choice. Just like real door knocking, but it avoids all that nasty going outside stuff. And great, as if your friends weren't pissing you off enough with their talk about crop rotation and cow milking, now they've brought politics into it. Want some chickens? Not if you support Obamacare, commie.
Forza Motorsport 4, the neckbeard-level nerdy car simulator, has announced a little Easter egg for its Jeremy Clarkson-narrated Auto Vista mode, that of a Halo 4 Warthog. Now, you can't actually play the Warthog in the game because the game is too realistic. Seriously, the game is based so obsessively on accuracy to the real world that they can't figure out how to make the fictional Warthog function in their game engine. I think that tells you all you need to know about Forza Motorsport 4.
Sony is giving you a chance to preview Uncharted 3 at AMC theaters in the US using the big screen. This is perfect. Video game 3D sucks because nobody's got the right TV at home. And movie 3D sucks because it looks like ball. But combining the games and the big screen might work, and Uncharted's basically a movie anyway. I would watch it. Also, admission is $25, but if you pay $60, they'll mail you the game ahead of release, which makes this a good marketing decision from someone at Sony, who will doubtless be fired soon.
Electronic Arts has announced a Battlefield 3 worldwide gaming tournament with a staggering $1.6 million in cash prizes to be awarded. This handily outdickweighs Valve's Dota tournament as the biggest prize pool ever for a gaming event, which really has to be followed by some sort of Last Starfighter recruitment program, because otherwise they're just paying $1.6 million to get people to play a game they were going to play already. The customers are supposed to pay you, EA.
Square Enix's CEO has said that the never-ending train of poor choices the company calls Final Fantasy XIV has, quote, greatly damaged the series brand, and the company has been forced to fully redo the game. Here to weigh in on the gaming equivalent of a gory 8-car freeway pileup caused by an errant moose is Paul Saunders. Paul.
Thank you, Graham. Let's cut to the chase. Final Fantasy XIV has been nothing short of a disaster. The open beta was delayed due to critical bugs. It was cancelled for 360, postponed, and then delayed indefinitely for PS3. And the game is still so bad, a year after launch, Square Enix can't even bring themselves to charge for it.
Wow, that sounds awful.
That's because it is. However, I've checked out a copy of An Introduction to Game Design from the local library, and after briefly skimming it, I've got some suggestions for the redesign.
Do you really think things you learned from a 25-year-old library book will help?
Could it be worse than it is now?
I see your point. Please, enlighten us, Paul.
First of all, while I'm not sure people actually want to play a Final Fantasy MMO, for the purposes of this exercise, we'll assume somebody does. So we'll start with Chapter 1, Add Familiar Elements. We know that you've just now added materia, airships, and chocobos to a game you are inexplicably calling Final Fantasy, but that's just the start. Have you considered adding more Moogles, Triple Triad, Blitzball? Pretty much anything you add at this point can't possibly make the game worse. Just go with it.
I'm not sure if Triple Triad is the selling point you seem to think it is.
Skipping ahead to Chapter 5, keep the system simple. What should be a basic tenet of every MMO, finding a party to kill a monster, can require hours of negotiation in Final Fantasy XIV. To gain maximum experience, players must try to recruit 7 other people within 5 ranks of each other every time they go to do a quest. People just want to play with their friends. Stop penalizing your players for not having the right friends.
Solid. What's next?
Alright, well, according to Chapter 9, Performance, the most important thing you can do to make your game a success is to bring it all in under 700K, so you don't have to resort to the costly move of distributing your game on 2 3.5-inch floppies. I think addressing those 3 problems will turn Square Enix's frown upside down.
Thank you, Paul. All good points. Except maybe that last one. And that first one.
You know, they should have a quest featuring Sephiroth.
Why? Because the ladies love Sephi?
No, so you can kick that asshole right in the balls like he deserves. Coming up, the Deus Ex DLC has a boss fight that doesn't suck. See what happens when you don't farm out your work?